Und damit herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Runde von Fire Emblem Warriors Free Hopes. Wir sind hier in der Basis. Beim letzten Mal haben wir die Story ein bisschen vorangebracht. Gott, mir geht dieses Schwingen ein bisschen auf den Nerven. Wir gehen hier mal kurz weg. So. Jedenfalls, wir haben beim letzten Mal die Story ein bisschen weiter vorangetrieben. Wir haben ein paar neue Einheiten gekriegt. Eigentlich zwei, Baltus und Holst. Und wir haben ein paar neue Unterstützungsgespräche, die wir uns dann erstmal gleich zur Gemüte führen werden. Wir fangen an mit dem hier.
May I speak with you a moment?
Oh, yeah. I was just about to take a break. You need something?
Our relationship has been strained for a while, so I thought it was time to resolve our issues.
It has?
Yes, at least I felt that way ever since the incident.
Die Sache mit dem Geist.
Oh, you mean that time you were hollering about some ghost, but it turned out to be a dead tree? I didn't think anything about that. And I didn't tell anyone either.
No, not that. Well, yes, there was that, but there was another, more defining incident. Remember?
Are you talking about the time I treated you like a kid and you got all mad?
Yes. Of course that's what I'm talking about.
That happened a long time ago. Has it really been eating at you ever since?
Well, I mean, I was unable to maintain my composure and got rather aggressive with you over trivial details. I kept telling myself that I had to apologize, but I could never bring myself to do it. But now, I'm sorry.
Well, I'd like to apologize too. I should have been more careful with what I said. Why does being called a kid upset you so much? If you don't think of yourself that way, then any comments of the kind should be like water off a duck's back.
Look, I'm a tiny bit younger than everyone else, and it doesn't help that I'm shorter too. Plus, I do have somewhat of a baby face.
Really? You don't look that young to me.
Für mich auch nicht.
You don't think so?
Yeah. Now that I really look at you, I think you're a very pretty young woman. You act real mature, too.
Oh, no. I'm not really.
But most importantly, your skill at commanding troops puts all the real adults to shame.
Hold on. Real adults? So what you're saying is that I'm ultimately still just a child?
Crud, I misspoke. What I meant was...
There you go, making excuses again. Now I know exactly what you think of me.
This conversation's going sideways again, isn't it?
It would seem so. Though, I suppose forgiving you would be the mature thing to do.
Hey, there you go. See? You are a real grown-up, Lysithia.
Something about this still rubs me the wrong way, but... Oh, fine. I just ask that you keep treating me like the adult I am.
Naja, ich meine, ich kann mir schon denken, was sie mit richtige Erwachsene gemeint hat. So halt jemand, der, ich habe keine Ahnung, sie ist glaube ich auch erst selbst 20, in den 20ern. Jedenfalls für jemanden, der halt gerade volljährig geworden ist, ist irgendwie ein 30- oder 40-Jähriger auch noch ein richtiger Erwachsener. So halt, da bist du ja immer noch in den Teens. Also Sinn macht das schon, was sie da gesagt hat.
Oh hey, looks like I'm not the first one to show up.
Hello there. No need to pay me any mind. I'll just be absorbed in my book here. I assume you've come to meet someone? As they've clearly not arrived yet, why don't you join me? Here.
Thanks. Hey, Linhardt, you're into all that spooky magic stuff, right? Like sorcery and crests and whatnot?
Yes? Why? Is there something you'd like to ask me?
Oh no, I was just thinking it's kind of weird that you've never really been interested in my power.
Do you want me to be?
Sei ehrlich.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even understand it myself. But with you helping me, I might actually learn something.
Uh-huh. Well, not everything piques my interest. Your circumstances simply do not.
If you're not interested, then so be it. But is there any particular reason why?
Hard to say. Perhaps because a sword is the only thing you're able to manifest? Strictly speaking, I suppose your power does raise some questions. But that sinister weapon of yours, it just doesn't leave me all that interested in learning more.
Sinister, huh? That's one way to describe it.
Tell me, have you ever beheld one of the hero's relics? They also possess the most peculiar aura. And yet, there's something almost divine about the terror they instill. But your sword? It's cold. Maybe even inhuman. In more complex terms, it's little more than an inorganic, dispassionate construct. Not a hint of the goddess's divine guidance in its design. It's not as if you were able to choose what you manifested, right? It just came to you.
True, but what if I could turn it into something else and start manifesting different things? Would you be interested then?
Is such a thing possible? I would like to see that for myself, I must admit. In fact, I'd be quite excited by that. What a fascinating topic to lay at my feet.
Oh, Mann.
Hold your horses there. I'm not really sure I've laid anything anywhere just yet.
But aren't you the one who brought it up?
Da sind wir wohl ein bisschen übers Ziel hinausgeschossen, was? Oh, Claude hat auch sogar 2 Supports. Gute Güte.
We're beating the Empire in the smaller local battles, yes, but that barely puts a dent in their total power. We can fight all we want, but there's no defeating an army of that size. It may not be today or tomorrow, but that sea will swallow us up soon enough. Is it really responsible of me to keep letting the war drag on like this?
You okay there, Claude? Looks like you have something on your mind. You know, they say you'll get wrinkles if you keep your brow furrowed like that all the time.
Sounds like just the dignified look I need. People always tell me I'm not noble enough.
Oh, come on. Everyone knows young and lively is the way to be.
Really? It would sure be nice if the Round Table would propose strategies that are young and lively. They're all so conservative and selfish. I think a few lines here or there would actually help me fit in.
Really? You know what they say. If you're too set in your ways, it'll set on your face. So whatever you do, just make sure you don't end up some beady-eyed king with a face full of wrinkles.
I just can't win with you, can I?
I think you're missing the point, Claude. What I'm saying is, you should do what you think is right, with enough vigor to blow any creases clean off your face.
Hold on, do you even hear yourself right now? Who knows what would happen to the Alliance if I followed that advice?
You do have a point there. But at least you wouldn't have to worry about those pesky brow wrinkles anymore. And knowing you, Claude, I'm sure you'll find a way to break through this standoff.
You really do have me beat. I feel like you can see straight through me.
It's not hard when your thoughts are written so plainly on your face. All I have to do is read what's there.
Guess I'd better try scrubbing them off then.
As you should.
Honestly, Hilda, I don't know what to do. Is my way really the right path forward? It feels like I'm rejecting everything Lester used to be up until now. Like I'm tearing something important away from the people who need it most. Are you sure you won't regret lighting this fire in me?
I don't know. Maybe I will. I'll probably get mad at you at some point, too. But I know how hard you work to keep the Alliance heading in the right direction. You're the smartest leader we've ever had, Claude. If I was a betting girl, I'd say you're gonna come up with the best plan ever, without a doubt.
Wer hätte gedacht, dass Hilda so unterstützend ist? Kriegt man ja einen ganz neuen Eindruck von ihr.
Sorry for the wait, Lawrence. So, what is it you wanted to talk about? Ooh, don't tell me. Is it about a girl?
No. I wish to discuss the consequences of your strategy at the Great Bridge of Murden.
Ach, deswegen war der Support gelockt.
That. If it's an apology you want, I'll say it as many times as I need to. Both to you and your father. My plan left a cloud of treason hanging thick over the Honorable House Gloucester. I'm sorry, Lawrence.
Please, I have already accepted your apology. And besides, did my father not agree to your scheme? Luckily, my own person remains unsullied, and I will soon remedy the blemishes on my family name. You have my word.
If that's not it, then what do you want to talk about?
There is something I wish to confirm with you. A matter regarding the future of the Leicester Alliance. Can we really trust you, Claude? I have no qualms admitting that your work has freed the Alliance from a number of tight situations. And yet, I have never been able to fully place my trust in you. The same is true even now. Were it as simple as choosing to believe, I would do just that. But this situation makes me uneasy. Day after day, I find myself forced to rely on a man with unclear roots and even more unclear intentions.
Your tongue's as sharp as ever, Lawrence. But I can't say I don't get where you're coming from. I wouldn't trust me either in your shoes. If I were you, I wouldn't let my loved ones touch a guy like me with a 10-foot poleaxe, let alone count on me to keep them safe.
You are quick to
Da fehlt ein
disparage
Punkt.
yourself.
Yeah, maybe I took it a little far there. I mean, I'm not that bad, am I? Still, I'm not all-knowing or all-powerful like the goddess is. There's no way for me to know what the future might hold. Which means there's only one thing I can do. Stack my deck with as many cards as I can so we're ready for anything that comes our way. But on that front, the possibilities are kinda endless. No matter how many tricks I've got in my pocket, there's still this lingering worry I just can't shake. That's what I meant by not being able to trust myself. I feel like I'm constantly walking this tightrope with no clear end in sight. Lawrence? Are you even listening? If you were any quieter, I'd think you'd have died on the spot.
I am present, yes. I was just so shocked to hear you voice your anxieties that I struggled to find words. Could this be another of your schemes? What do you hope to gain by deceiving me so?
Whoa, slow down there. You're the one who brought this whole thing up, remember? Kinda rude to react like that after I go and spill my heart out to you, don't you think?
Forgive me, I seem to have lost my presence of mind entirely. I fear I may be entering a state of shock.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
So hat Claude noch eins. Oh, das hier ist auch gelockt. Das war ja bei Dimitri genauso. Ich denke mal, ist vielleicht bei allen Lords so? Wer hat Lorenz denn? Ach, Balthus. Gott, worüber könnten die sich unterhalten?
Hey, just the guy I wanted to see.
Ah, Balthus, do you need me?
Yep. Got some hush-hush stuff I want to talk to you about. So let's go somewhere private.
Goodness, whatever could it be?
Ja, das frage ich mich auch gerade.
it must be serious if we need to discuss it in a private setting.
So, what do you know about the Claude investigation?
I fear I have no idea what you are talking about. Did this request come from my father, perchance?
Yeah, I figured you might be in the dark.
Indeed, this is the first I have heard of it, though I believe he may have spoken to me once regarding something similar. Still, I am surprised he would ask such a thing of you. Also, how do you even know my father?
You know I've borrowed a lot of money from all kinds of folks, right? Well, your pops is on that list.
Oof.
I'm as broke as can be, so he put me to work to pay it back. That's how I ended up looking into Claude. I think that was around the time I decided to hide under Garrick Mock.
I am relieved to hear you know him for surprisingly normal reasons.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Also ist Balthus in dieser Zeitlinie nie wirklich in den Abyssus verschwunden. So halt, wenn er dann dafür Claudes, für Lorenz Vater Claude durchleuchten sollte.
Still, I wonder why my father would lend money to a base mercenary such as yourself.
Just gonna ignore that last part, huh? Now I know where the phrase like father like son comes from. Anyway, I'll answer your question. I may not look it, but I actually used to be a noble.
You, a noble? Pray, keep your jests in check, sir.
No joke. The full name's Balthus von Albrecht. I'm surprised you didn't know. Claude and Hilda both did.
Does this mean you have connections with Lord Holst?
Yeah, we're old buddies. I was the heir to my house too, so we got to see each other a lot.
An heir? Goodness me, I apologize for my ignorance. To think a boorish man so lacking in honor and grace would be a noble.
Hey, easy. I'll have you know I was actually the lord of the house. It wasn't till after I inherited the title that I left.
Such a thought staggers the imagination, but I will accept it for the time being. And I feel I now understand your relationship to my father.
You just sort of say whatever pops into your head, don't you? Still, you better think twice about that brutal honesty of yours, especially since you're gonna be the count someday.
You may be right. Thank you for the counsel.
Das war doch ein sehr interessantes Gespräch. Wer hätte das gedacht? Sind wir durch mit unseren Supports? Wow, das waren ja doch weniger, als ich dachte. Ja gut, dann können wir... Ach, wir müssen ja mit Holz reden. Jetzt müssten wir den Taktikraum da kriegen. Wir haben eine neue Forschungseinrichtung für Kampfstrategien. Die Forschung ersetzt praktische Erfahrung natürlich nicht, aber sollte trotzdem nützlich sein. Wirf doch mal einen Blick drauf, wenn du Zeit hast. Genau. Und weil wir da noch nicht waren, müssen wir da manuell hinlaufen. Oh, da liegt ja was. Ach, das ist wieder so ein Buch. Hier erforschen wir die neuesten und besten Taktiken, die jemals auf den Schachfeld Anwendung gefunden haben. Wenn unsere Kenntnisse euer Interesse geweckt haben, also. Dann können wir hier Claude mal ein bisschen aufleveln. Und das Waffenlevel hier ein bisschen erhöhen. Und die Fertigkeitsplätze.
How's this gonna help?
So.
I had this talent hidden away?
Tja, die ganzen Leute, die wir bei den Löwen dabei hatten, die haben es jetzt leicht. Die haben das alles schon. Oh, hat Shami auch noch nichts? Wow. Aber wir sind leider ein bisschen ausgebrannt. Die richtige Taktik ist für jeden Sieg entscheidend. Daran sollte ich bei meiner Vorbereitung denken. Ich mag es, dass wir hier einfach, wenn wir in diese Richtung gucken, einfach viel mehr Frames haben, als wenn wir hier gucken. Naja, jetzt können wir aufbrechen. Dann kriegen wir vielleicht noch ein bisschen Action hier. Auf in die Schlacht, würde ich sagen. ...500 Gegner müssen besiegt werden. Mal sehen, wir haben... Oh, hier muss das Level bei Balthus erst resetten, bevor wir den mitnehmen können. So. Let's go.
The fight starts now.
I shall fulfill my noble duty.
Dann mal los.
I'll do what I can.
Besiege 500 Gegner. Fangen wir an.
Got it.
Du gehst dahin.
Time to make a name for myself.
Now it is my turn.
Du gehst
There
dahin.
is nothing I cannot do.
Oh, if I must.
Und du machst dich da ein bisschen nützlich.
Let us bring it down.
Und wir ackern uns in der Zeit hier durch. So, 100 haben wir schon. Verfünffachen wir das. Sie rennt davon. Lasst sie nicht entkommen. Halten wir sie weiter in der Luft. Wie die da alle reinrennen. So. Vielleicht haben wir sie ja schon. So. Und ihr so. Ey, lasst uns den Basiskommandanten in Ruhe. Krieg ich Aggression bei. Au! Wer war das? Oh, wir hätten das Rapier mal wieder runternehmen können. Das brauchen wir ja gar nicht. So hast du. So, schön.
Perhaps even adequate.
Können wir hier gleich weitermachen. Stopp mir einfach weiter durch die Gegend. So, weg mit dem Pegasus-Ritter. So.
Too easy. All right, take it down.
So, die Hälfte haben wir schon.
It's my turn.
Machen wir hier mal weiter. Einfach weiter draufhauen. Nimm das. Das war ein bisschen exklusiver, als ich dachte. Wir haben sie gleich. So.
Probably best to hold this position, right?
Take a breather.
Machen wir jetzt wieder mit einem roten Rondo. Ja.
It's my turn.
Wir sollten uns noch mehr auf die Kleinen konzentrieren als auf die Großen.
What a pain.
My turn.
Oh, hier sind schon viele Gegner. Auf sie.
Got it.
Du gehst
Time to make a name
dahin.
for myself.
Und du gehst dahin.
Oh, if I must.
Ja, wir sind da ja auch ganz in der Nähe. Wenn da also mal der Schuh drückt, sind wir auch sofort da.
I'm kidding.
I beg of you.
So, unser Kill-Count steigt weiter. Sehr gut.
I guess all that combat experience comes in handy.
Oh, wir sind ja schon. Machen wir mal das und sind die schneller weg. So. Wenn wir uns hier weiter durchschnetzeln, wir sind ja hier auch gleich durch. Wer von euch hat überlebt? Nicht sehr viele. So. Und das sieht cool aus. So, das war jetzt kein Problem. Hat Lorenz gleich ein Level abbekommen.
Gotta keep.
I think
Und schön, das ganze Team außer wir haben ein Level abgekriegt. Jetzt hat das ganze Team inklusive wir ein Level abbekommen. Und Lorenz ist mit der Klasse auch fast durch. Das ist natürlich auch nicht schlecht. Dann können wir den hier in eine Ultima-Klasse stecken. Dann kann der auch wieder Magie einsetzen. Das ist das wenigstens ein Sinn, dass wir die Magie so gelevelt haben.
Is that you, Claude? What are you doing in a place like this?
Oh, hey. I'm not up to much. Just shirking my duties for a little bit.
Your plan's going well, huh? We've managed to corral most of the Imperial forces that are still in the Alliance.
Everything's moving like clockwork. At this rate, it won't be long before we've finished off the entire enemy force.
You don't seem too happy about it.
Das klingt irgendwie nicht so, als würde es meinen.
Hasn't this whole war been unfolding exactly the way you thought it would?
So far, yeah. But it's not over yet. Unless we find a way to stop them, the Empire is going to make another play for the Great Bridge of Murden.
Ich sag doch, sprengen wir die Brücke
When
einfach.
that happens, we'll be taking on Count Bergliez himself. It'll be a brutal fight, no matter how many angles we try to play. And even if we pull it off, what then? Do we invade the Empire or just stay on the defensive? We don't know what's going on with the Kingdom and the Church, and the Almirans could decide to drop in on us again at any time. There are limits to how far I can map things out, but the Alliance won't survive unless I account for every possibility. I'm dancing as fast as I can here, but there's no end in sight. And these feet are starting to get tired.
Oh je.
You don't have to shoulder all that weight by yourself. I'm sure we can figure out a plan if everyone puts their heads together.
Now, there's an idea. Hey, would you be willing to hash it out with me?
Me? Oh, I'm not sure there's anything all that useful knocking around in my head.
Speak for yourself. I, for one, have plenty of wisdom to share. Perhaps I should grant you some?
I probably won't be much help, but on the off chance I do get a flash of inspiration, I'll be sure to let you know.
Excuse me? I've placed myself at your disposal, yet you claim there's only an off chance that I'd have a good idea? I'd appreciate a little more credit.
You know, I'm really glad you're the one who hired me, Claude. You've got vision. You think about all these things that never even occur to me. Plus, I know you'll always pay me on time.
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence. Sorry to make you listen to all my griping. But you know what? I feel a bit better now. Maybe it's not such a bad thing to let it all out now and then.
Well, if all you need is someone to vent to, I'm here. I'll even give you a real good rate on it.
Wait, you're charging me for this? You mercenaries sure know how to bleed a guy dry, don't you?
Das hat sich gerade mehr wie ein Support angefühlt, als wie ein Storygespräch. Was gibt's hier? Die Moral. Wir brauchten hier. Ich glaube, Claude kann das ganz gut gebrauchen, ein bisschen Moral zu bekommen. So. Können wir das noch eben kurz holen. Ja, diese dämlichen Vorräte, ne? Andauernd sind die voll. Es ist immer wieder dasselbe. Da. Als würden die das mit Absicht machen, damit man hier öfter reinkommt und nicht immer die Karte in einem Zug durchmacht. Na gut, wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal wieder. Und eigentlich noch auf die Kriegskarte gehen. Nehmen wir uns das nächste Stück vor. Hier, das machen wir als nächstes. Und dann können wir mal gucken, was hier so alles ist. Aber wie gesagt, wir machen jetzt erstmal eine Pause. Ich wünsche euch noch einen schönen Tag. Bleibt gesund und bis zum nächsten Mal. Verabschiede ich mich für mal mit einem Ciao.